Oi! If you can hear me, good for you. I hope you can hear me, at least. Aw, come on, Hayden, don't be that way. Hey, alright. So, the game's a little late, not terrible though. Straight and DD seem to be an even match, or at least one of the most even matches we've seen this BPL. Because it's neither Primo nor Purple, but Straight and DD are, yeah, they're equals. We'll say that much. Yo, place your bets with Jinx. He might not return your payment though if he loses. In before a reverse sweep by, well, whichever clan is on the lesser end of the talented spectrum. Come on, guys, let's get started. Alright, well, it seems like they're finally readying up. That's 7 minutes past 8. Yeah, okay. I don't know RH. I don't know who uses a leopard in competitive. They have a plan, I guess. Who knows? What are... Can we start already, please? Boy. Hurricane is the last one to hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. But. Oh man. Taking forever. Jinx, you bring up a good point, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna leave it to interpretation. Alright, game 1 started. Let's get underway. Now I hope the camos work. They should anyways. So Straight have their blue camo and DD have... Well, you can figure out their camos yourself. Alright. Let's ride along with the IS-7 of... I can't even read that name. Scarlet Spud. Oh man, that's a tongue twister. So, Dark Magician... They are blind firing at A, while DD seem to have gone into the city. Let's just get an aerial view. DD have one. They brought the grill to C to try and cap it. Dark Magician Girl's flanking around 2A. And it looks like Dark Magician Girl might try to cap A. And if not, will provide cover fire from A into C. So DD are up on cap points already. And Dark Magician Girl and... Oh no, it's Casey in the 62 capping A as Dark Magician Girl keeps flanking in that controversial leopard. Look at what DD's doing. They're flanking through the other part of the end part of the town and are getting behind Straight. Looks like the 62 and the IS-7 are trying to hold this mill ground and trying to find shots into the town. Town, of course, is the better strategy for this map. You have more defensive positions, and you have the hull down area that is right over here that the IS-7 of DD is utilizing. It looks like Straight's still behind by quite a few cap points. But it seems Dark Magician Girl is trying to make a push behind the 215B of the Truth and Sicily in the IS-7. But we still see Forest down in this lower hole looking for shots. And also playing very defensive in that IS-7, which is a great hull down tank. The grill looking for shots. As we ride along with he is captain. This game is still very defensive-like. This map is a defensive map, but at the same time you can make a push on either end of the map and surprise your enemy. And it looks like the IS-4DD and the 140 are both one-shots for a tank on this playing field. Dark Magician Girl, of course, coming up behind this 215B. And it looks like DMG might be in a bit of trouble. He is alone. And DMG is making a push that seems will cost him his tank, as 3 DD members get shots into him. And he looks for a shot, trying to dig out Forest still, and DMG goes down, first tank down, and it looks like DD will take this game. This first game of BPL. But Straight making a great push through the town. As they right along with Scarlet again. It looks like cap points are tied. DD holding a lead by only 5 points at a tick. And Scarlet sets the 215B on fire, but at the same time is a one-shot, protecting Casey in that 62A. Scarlet goes down. Captain 1v1 this IS-7, takes him down. This Patton trying to kill this E5 that looks like it stayed healthy for most of this game. And the E5 goes down as we ride along with the E4. And it looks like the tables have turned from previously thought. And Straight will take game 1. Straight, of course, making that push through the town with their with most tanks being on near full or on full health. Bro fear me, oh my. Of course, doing least amount of damage for Straight. And CPU damage, of course, doing the least amount of damage for DD. As we get ready for game 2, it looks like Hurricane on Straight has switched to an E100. I believe he was previously in an IS-7, or he was either in that Patton that we saw. Casey switching from the 62 into a Patton, and it looks like Straight is taking a more healthy lineup. DMG still not trying out that Leopard yet. Stream is back up, oh boy. And Straight switching out Fear Me for Spartan and IS-7. But they might have even switched out Scarlet Spud. Sicily's still making last preparations as we head into the second game of this BPL match. It seems DMG hasn't dropped that Leopard. It didn't work last time very well. He did get rear spots on that 215B and distracted DD quite a bit, but at the same time sacrificing a fully healthy Leopard, which could easily sit back and deal quite more damage than trying to push up into an IS-7 or any other tanks in town that have backup. that there are clan camos this round, but he is using a camo that I very fondly like. DMG trying to get early shots into the game. Lolly Convict making a push through the river. As we get a wide scope of this battle, the E100 of Straight already taking fire from what looks like to be the grill and the E5 of DD. I7's of course using this hull down area along this middle road to get spots and hold off the DD push. Surprising, no one has tried to go for B or C this round. Both teams playing defensive, but Straight and DD are both being aggressive respectively on each of their sides where they can be. And DD have taken B, it looks like. Meanwhile, Straight have not utilized trying to take their A base, which is their near base. Before Straight is looking for a shot. Casey using this. DMG and the 215B holding off this flank of DD's assault. Meanwhile, towards the middle of the map, it looks like DD has lost one of their I7s, and it looks like Forrest is about to go down again. Lolly Convict making a push on Forrest. Forrest down to a one shot. And Straight utilizing their health pool. DMG about to go down versus this STB. Obviously the STB is better in a brawl with more turret armor and more frontal armor than a Leo. And DMG goes down, but it looks like DD is lower on health than Straight. And the E5 of Tay Ball goes down. The Truth in this 215B trying to hold off Spartan. He is a one shot. The Grill a one shot, and the STB are all one shots. The Grill trying to reposition, looking for a shot on that Patton. He lands the shot. The STB puts a good shot into the Patton, but the Patton of course takes down the STB. The 215B of the Truth goes down. And it looks like Straight will take the second game on Vineyard here. And Straight have won their second game in this BPL match. Not enough. Steps. You have to fight on the ground and against rocks. And it looks like DD will be going with a lineup suitable for mice. If that is correct, that is more mice than anyone has used before, but they do lack the firepower then. Dark going into an E100. It looks like Forrest will be utilizing an E50M. And CPU looks like to be going in an IS4. DD's team right now is very healthy, but those mice do not have the AP penetration that E100 does. If they switched out at least another mouse for an E100, that would be a very good lineup for them. It looks like Tayball will be going in IS7, dropping that mass count down to 3. Might be a wise choice in the end, but again, an E100 is very good on this map because of that extra AP damage. And they've now dropped a second mouse for another IS4. Their firepower is increasing. And 2 mice is still very good in E50M, and they've dropped the E50M for another IS7. Straight, on the other hand, looking to be more of a contemporary setup with an E4 and 2 E100s. And Tayball has dropped his IS7 going back into a mouse. DD trying to throw off Straight's plan. But it looks like teams are locked, and we will be going into the third game with DD holding 3 mice, Straight holding 2 E100s. Again, the mouse is a very good tank on this map, but if you do not know how to angle that turret and hide those massive cheeks, you will not be successful. The lower hull between the tracks also another weak point, and the tracks itself could be a weak point if you shoot the frontal drive wheel. It looks like Straight will take the south side of this map for game 1. Forrest has dropped his I7 going into a pattern now. DD, of course, started with 4 mice, switched a few tanks around, and still ended up with 3 mice and E100. D, of course, having the larger health pool and maybe even more armor than Straight, but Straight, of course, having the firepower between the 215B and the IS7s. And we go into game 3 with DD holding 3 mice, hopefully knowing how to angle against these rocks in the temple area.
Let's go.
Let's ride along with he as captain is to DD placing an E100 at the opposite corner of the 215B and Spartan in the IS7. E100 and IS7, of course, trade shots, both taking suitable damage for each tank. And it looks like DD has pushed around A with the 2 mice, using them as a ramming wall, with the IS4 taking A, or attempting to take A. And Straight with Casey in the pattern has taken C, sniped it away from DD. As he, as captain, is brutally taken down from these two mice that pushed so aggressively into this town. And he, as captain, goes down without DD even losing a tank yet. These two mice obviously have taken some damage, but they are being effective with their health pools. But they have stuck themselves in between the I-7 of Lolly Convict, the E100, and the E4 of Straight. Lolly Convict getting pushed on by the E100. The E100 bounces, the mouse pens his shot, and it looks like Teddy Ball will be trying to take B back. And Teddy Ball takes down Lolly Convict. As teams, DD still having all their tanks, but again, most are half health. DD, and it looks like DD will take this third match in this BPL league, as Casey comes up behind the wounded mouse and the IS-4 and the other E100M mouse, trying to get some last minute damage in before he gets taken out. And Casey has been taken out. DD will secure Game 3 of this BPL league. He is captain, of course. DD seeming to not quite utilize the mouse's bouncing capabilities, but just using the sheer amount of armor and health pool that those tanks get to push through the Straight defense. Straight obviously not trying to take A, allowing those two mice tanks and the IS-4 to aggressively push up. DD could force, of course, a Game 7 if they win this next match, and if they each take a map. A game on the next map, which is, of course, Desert Sands. DD seeming to stick with a 3-mouse plan and the E100 in tow. Straight, of course, seeming to not have any mouse capabilities. Spartan, of course, going in another E100. But it seems DD could beat them here due just to the amount of health that their team holds with those 3 mice tanks. As we wait for Game 4 of this BPL matchup to begin, neither team seems to have changed their lineup drastically. But it looks like he, as captain, has dropped the 215B and could be going as 62A this time, which could be very risky for Straight, having a medium. Medium's, of course, not very viable after update 3.8, dropping that 215B could cost them. He of course was caught out in the open by the 2 rushing mice tanks last game. But the 215B is a very viable tank on this map if used properly. Oh, it looks like his captain will be sticking with the 62A, and Casey now has unreadied. And Casey is right up in his pattern again.
Let's go.
It looks like Straight is opting for an A strategy. As it looks like DD is slowly coming up the same alleyway, going towards A. Those 2 mice, of course, are very slow tanks. Teddy Ball, being the last mouse, is very far behind, but an IS-4 is with him to protect him. And looks like we could see the first exchanges of shots between Forrest and the 2 E100s and IS-7 of Straight that are sitting at the end of this alleyway, and the E4 also sitting on the end of that ruins. Shots have been exchanged, but no damage has been taken. It looks like Lobby Convict may have gotten hit by an E100. He is captain, being caught out by the mouse, was looking for a rear rush, and Casey also being punished, trying to rush through C in an attempt to get behind DD's defenses. Captain on one shot, of course, and the E5 of Straight is punishing that mouse, but the mouse giving it right back. And it looks like the teams at A have started conflicting. IS-7 of DD using this wall of broken walls. As Spartan tries to side scrape, it does not work and gets penned by the IS-7, but the IS-7 of course is on half health. One good push by Straight could take out that IS-7, but there is a full health mouse right behind them. Ollie Convict of course being a one shot, Captain being a one shot, and the E5 being a near 2 shot. And it looks like Hurricane has gone down. How he got there in an E100, I do not know. But Straight, DD's 2 mouse tanks, both full health, have pushed on the E100, taking him down. And it looks like and Long Convict has gone down. DD with those 2 full health mouse tanks bullying the E4. Looks like bullying him into submission. As him and the 62 are the remaining tanks. And the E4 goes down and the 62 a sliver of health. And he gets taken down by the E100 of Darktronic. And DD 7-0ing straight on that second turn on Mayan Ruins. And DD have tied this BPL match 2-2. The next map, of course, being Desert Sands, a very open map divided by that rail line between the C and B caps. If DD sticks with this setup, they could be going for an A rush and maybe staying down for the entire game. If you know how to utilize the dunes near the C cap, you are able to protect the B cap and at the same time protect your flanks while staying in the dunes. 2 hull down tanks on that very short dune before the downhill under the rail line, right in front of the C cap. The 2 IS-7s could be a turning point for either of these teams. Looks like DD will be taking maybe 250Bs into this map, and looks like Straight has set up for a C rush. Of course, with 3 62As, a Patton, and maybe 2 140s with an IS-7. The IS-7, of course, being very good with keeping up with mediums. But DD seems to be going all heavy, of course, with the 250Bs locked in, and a possibility of 2 mice tanks. And they have dropped the 2 mice tanks for a possibility of an E4 and a 215B. DD could still go C with those 50Bs and the IS-7 leading a charge. Of course, with the 215B, all 4 of those tanks are very maneuverable and could easily bully any medium that happens to overextend at the C cap. It looks like DD have locked in, and we are waiting for Straight. As we wait for Game 5 of this BPL. Straight still not locked in, but assuming that they keep that 140, they have 6 medium tanks on this map where you could easily use at least 2 more IS-7s pushing that C cap in desert, which could be crucial for either team. You can, of course, shoot. If very well trained, you can shoot from C into each side of where the A cap is located under the bridge, but the tanks at A cannot shoot you back, or at least it would be a very lucky shot if they hit you at that hull down area right in front of the bridge. Teddy ball unready. Could be swapping for. He swapped for an IS-7, opting out the IS-4. Leading me to believe they could be going C, with having 5 tanks being very maneuverable. 50Bs of course have that extra hull armor at the front, but very tall turrets. Both being all those though, as 8 shots they could easily one-shot and have held another tank. And DMG running up in the 140 straight with those 6 medium tanks and an IS-7. And DD with a full heavy lineup and E4. This could go either way for either team, and it does look like Straight is going for a C rush, and it looks like DD is going. Excuse me, the A cap is in desert. Oh my god. Straight, of course, going for that A cap, and DD going for the C cap respectively. DD placing a 50B on the corner of this building, looking for shots under the rail car, finding no hits, and one of Straight's T-62s has taken a little bit of damage, presumably from that 50B's early shot. Spartan, of course, taking a hit, and DD have taken C, and Straight have taken A. And this is where it comes down. Which team has the better position? Spartan should be utilizing the dune right here. Is an easy haul down area for any IS-7. Of course, he finds a shot into a 50B as Casey holds this side with a Patton behind it, but that Patton is looking into B, trying to find a shot on that IS-7. And Casey and this 50B are engaging each other. And the second 50B of DD is coming up, trying to find shots into Casey. Casey not paying attention. Casey is looking the other way as this 50B of DD pulls up on him. And Casey is a one-shot due to this other 50B. And Casey goes down to the second 50B of DD. And these 50Bs, uncontested, take down Casey. Straight now swinging 3 mediums over to this end of the map, but it is too late to save Casey. And Straight pushing on the 250Bs. focusing out RNG, the second 50B, looking for shots. And the second 50B of DD goes down as Straight has committed to a push. But Hurricane has gone down. The IS-7 of Straight has pushed around. And it looks like DMG could go down with a high roll from either tank. DMG goes down. DD bringing up the rear with their IS-7 and IS-4 combo. It is an all-out brawl, but of course DD could come out victorious due to the high armor and high damage of these heavy tanks. DD nearing cap point victory. Bro in a full health 140 is the last tank alive as he tries to focus out this 215B, who's on half health. Broman, and Bro Fear Me goes down to the remaining 4 heavies of DD. And DD has taken a 2-3 lead in this BPL matchup. If they win the next game, they win the series. Straight obviously not utilizing their supremacy of medium tanks. They could have easily taken C and swung around behind DD while they were not looking. Could have taken out those that IS-7 and that IS-4 that came to help the DD members that were pushed by those 3 Straight members. DD has switched out one of their 50Bs for a 263. And it seems they are staying a very healthy and heavy strategy, as Straight has not changed their lineup in the slightest. And it looks like we will go into Game 6 of this BPL matchup between Straight and DD with almost carbon copy of teams that we saw last game. RNG, of course, switching out his 50B for a 263. That 50B, though, was very good at taking out most of Casey's health last game and holding off that Straight push till other DD members could help. And it looks like Straight is going for another A base rush. And Straight has not switched the spawns. And Straight not switching spawns. Hopefully they will right that wrong right here. They could have purposely done that to understand what they might be doing. And it looks like Straight has not changed their lineup at all. And neither has DD. They're staying the same lineup. And Straight finally changing the spawn points. Straight now on the proper side, the south spawn of Desert Sands.
Let's get this show on the road.
It is almost an identical map. From left to right is a very mirrored map. It's Straight staying their course to the A cap with this medium rush. And DD entering C first, could take C before Straight even takes A. Straight having 5 tanks enter C, entering A, could not beat the cap speed of DD entering C. And DD pushing around with this 50B and this 263. And again, DD taking defensive positions in the town. He is captain looking for a shot in that 62 on that far side. And both teams have taken very defensive positioning. But it looks like Spartan is on half health from something. Presumably the E4 and the 2 and 5B that were at the opening of C base. And Spartan backing up into the A base, trying to play defensive, but of course DD finding areas to shoot his I-7 to get him down to a 2 shot. Meanwhile, he is Captain Casey trying to defend this north side near the DD spawn point. So you fly over to where Straight spawned. We see the 50B and 263 looking for shots anywhere along this rail line. DMG and the other 140 of Straight staying on this very well protected slope of the train track. It looks like Spartan has been destroyed by presumably either the IS-4 or one of the other heavies along this side. 262As are not utilizing their tank's potential, and it looks like Darktronics goes down via Dark Magician Girl, and they are pushing. The 140 and 62 of Straight have pushed over and have taken down the 263 of DD. And it looks like Straight could potentially take this map, causing a Game 7. DD, of course, still very healthy with their heavy tanks. One good push from the 2 and 5B in the and it looks like he is captain, could go down here. And DD have started pulling this game back. And he is captain goes down. This is going to come down to the wire. Both teams. DD with 5 ticks. With 5-point tick ahead. DD, of course, in these very well armored heavies. These Russian heavies. Could end it. And the IS-4 rams the patent as he goes 1v1. Both tanks having very well armored. And it looks like DD have taken The final game for this BPL matchup. It had come down to the wire, but it seems DD took it. Straight, of course, having the full advantage near the end. That Wolfpack of medium staying strong, but it did not seem to be enough for the combined damage of Truth and CPU of 7,500 damage. This BP match, this BPL matchup is over with DD taking it 4-2. A very good game between both teams. And look at this. Look at the notification screen of the games previously played. Straight, of course, taking the first 2 games, and then DD going on a rampage of a 4-game win streak. It's insane that DD were able to come back from a 2-0 deficit on maps, on vineyards where they suffered probably the most. And then on Mine Ruins, they turned it around for a 2-game sweep. And then on Desert Sands, of course, being the final map for this BPL, they swept straight again, 2-0. That will conclude tonight's broadcast of Straight versus DD. Straight, of course, having back-to-back matchups tonight, will be on at 9:30 against GP, another clan they could very well match up with. They swept straight again, 2-0. That will conclude tonight's broadcast of Straight versus DD. Straight, of course, having back-to-back matchups tonight, will be on at 9:30 against GP, another clan they could very well match up with.